That Robbie interview is going to be great. Now on BBC Choice, live, direct, always on the button, alert and wide awake, backstage with Julia Bradbury. 5 pints of curry in a club usually does it for me, but BBC Choice discovers a couple of different ways of looking for love now in real lives. Strictly on a need-to-know basis. This is BBC Choice.
OK, all I have to say now on BBC Choice is turn it up loud.
Patrick Kilty's almost live now. Well, not as almost live as he was on BBC One last Friday. This is BBC Choice, after all.
Tom's borrowed someone's credit card and his biggest mistake is to use it. Confusion and more now on BBC Choice. It's Nowhere Man.
This is BBC Choice. Drama, bad language and sexual matters now in the party. This is BBC Choice. Zoe Ball's story so far is here in 15 minutes. That's after plenty of hot links.
This is refreshing TV on BBC Choice. Now it's time for the very stern Anne Robinson, who'll be grilling the weakest link. Good evening, you're watching BBC Choice, and in just a moment you'll be watching those crafty cockneys in the EastEnders omnibus. Very few rock stars have anything even resembling a rock shrine after they're gone, but John Lennon's is actually official. Here it is. You are watching BBC Choice, and guess what? Size matters.
Good evening, this is BBC Choice, and we hope your Sunday has been a rested one. We'll get things rolling now with live music from One Big Sunday next.
It's Rush in 50 minutes on BBC Choice, but first Tamsin Outhwaite finds a flippant friend. That's a dolphin, and not the man from Atlantis, of course. Good evening, you're watching BBC Choice, and our first stop tonight is Planet Showbiz. Liquid news is almost upon it. Now on BBC Choice, I'll give Christopher Price a few moments to slide elegantly into his chair by slowly saying, "This is Liquid." We're back in the Kazi for the brilliant toilets in half an hour on BBC Choice. But first, a little strong language and much amusement. Good evening, welcome to BBC Choice, and as well as being happy that it's Saturday, you should also be happy because we've got an I'm Alan Partridge bonanza starting at 9 tonight. In half an hour on BBC Choice, it's I'm Alan Partridge. And right now on BBC Choice, it's I'm Alan Partridge. And just in case you couldn't tell, it's I'm Alan Partridge night.
And don't forget, you've got one night with Robbie Williams at the Albert. We've got Robbie Williams performing old and new material in half an hour. But first up on Choice, Robbie the Reindeer is having a bad day. 29 members of the public undergo 10 days of physical punishment in SAS. Are you tough enough in half an hour? But first, we're swapping life forces now. Ed Stokes.
Good evening, welcome to BBC Choice, but it's not for long because BBC Three's here tomorrow.
3 is a magic number. Yes, it is. That's a magic number.
Don't forget, the next all-new premiering episode of Kingdom Hospital is tonight at 10:40 on BBC Three. Now, though, comedy coupling style.
As you get older or nearer middle age, is that you get a kind of hankering for it to come back again.
Now, time to go over to Tazeen and Patrick in the newsroom to get the day's headlines. It's the 7 o'clock news on BBC Three.
Well, if you want to learn how to do this, the chances are high that there'll be a group near you.
This is BBC Three.
Oh, yes, that was a terrible term. I even had to wear my outdoor coat indoors.
Well, 'tis the season to be jolly and all that, but putting all 16 families from our already volatile Little Angels series into one room? Carnage! It's the Little Angels Christmas special.
She said, don't come back so late this evening.
Well, the drama just keeps on coming here on BBC Three. Good old Friday nights, eh? So, with strong language, the first in a double bill of Burn It.
Microelectronics. And electronic X.
In half an hour on BBC Three, we head off to the good old US of A for the practice. But first, we stay home for strong language, violence and grease monkeys. Bless.
And stretch your toes and point, close. Rosie, what are you doing?
Don't forget the Omnibus tomorrow, all the week's dancing dilemmas, delights and disasters. But now we're live with JLC for a bit of after-show aftermath.
No, but you're back new because what happened was, right, was this thing happened what you don't even know nothing about. Shut up, I wasn't even supposed to be anywhere even near there. And then Meredith came over and started stirring it all up, started calling me all these things, talk about this thing, what you don't even know about or something or nothing.
Well, of course, there's a brand spanking new episode on Tuesday at 10:30 here on BBC Three. But let's just have a wee catch-up now. It's the Mighty Boosh.
May I ask what you think you're doing?
I should have thought it was obvious.
If you were expecting EastEnders now, then you'd obviously forgotten about the football, hadn't you, eh? We're back in Albert Square tomorrow at 10. Now strong language in 2 pints.
3! Right, it's the weekends, I want to go mad. I want to feel different, I want to enjoy myself.
Now on BBC Three, as you know, it's time for our movie of the midweek variety. There's strong language, violence and Michael Douglas. Dodgy haircut, great film, It's Falling Down.
I mean, I know he is. I mean, he was a year out the game, and it's a long, long time, and you'll just step back in and find your match fitness and match touch right.
That's rather put me off.
Was that you?
Yeah.
There's drama tomorrow night on BBC Three, which could be something to do with it being Friday drama night, but don't quote me. Now though, trivia. Head jam.
Well, in men's clothing, I just can't, one just can't feel comfortable. Whereas, as a woman, I know most people think you're exploiting yourself, but I feel more comfortable dressed as a woman than I do as a man.
Don't go anywhere now on BBC Three. They've just had the basics. Now it's time to send our little agents into the real world of espionage. With strobe lighting, it's Spy.
As you stand on the edge and let go, everything in your body tells you that you shouldn't be doing this.
Graham Norton has Alan Cumming and Paul Rudd, Phoebe's husband in Friends, for the uninitiated on his show tomorrow at 9:10 here on BBC Three. Now EastEnders revealed.
We did have to go to church
we had
regularly.
to go to church.
Yes.
My mother sent us to church.
Yes.
Right then, now on BBC Three we do film and we do comedy. Martin Lawrence heads up the cast and looks rather fetching in support tights. It's Big Mama's house, yes it is.
What's she doing in the centre of Manchester?
I'm waiting for a boyfriend to come.
Boyfriend?
Yes, I'm a homosexual.
At 10:30, the good girls try to prove they don't by heading off to an S&M club. But first, Johnny and Janet have fallen out, but his punishment is rather original in 2 pints.
Can I just tell you, I'm wearing glasses at the moment. With this pair of glasses, I can do terrible damage to you.
Now on BBC Three, we catch up with all the latest stories from our own shores and beyond with Tazeen and Eddie. This is the 7 o'clock news on BBC Three.
Rather than it's a bit of
Right, time for our usual pit stop in the newsroom to get the world headlines for the day. It's the 7 o'clock news on BBC Three.
And, of course, we compared notes. We both seem the same thing, except that
His man was sort of greenish metallic because he had his sunglasses on.
Well, we're back for the start of week 3 with the lovely contestants of Strictly Come Dancing on 3 at 8:30. But now, we're right at the beginning of rush hour.
Oh, I just dream of the day I can meet other gays who understand what it's like to be a gay.
Don't forget our newest comedy, newest of the new, in fact. The Mighty Boosh has an all-new, newest of the new episode tonight at 10:30 on BBC 3. Now to Little Britain, of course.
That one, that one, that one, that one, that one.
Mr. Justin Lee Collins is back with his dulcet West Country tones to bring us bang up to date with the latest from Strictly Come Dancing on 3 in half an hour. But first, comedy tones from Little Britain.
Excuse me. You're not permitted to yodel in a built-up area after 9 p.m. I must write you a ticket. This will take a long time.
Will you get off my screen? Oh, you're just about to have a whole half an hour and you're stealing my airtime, the very cheek of it. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Little Miss Jocelyn.
What effect has the beauty industry had on us and our perceptions of the body beautiful? Quite a lot, according to Ms. Porter now. It's brand new. It's Dawn Gets Naked. Now on 3, all the hard work it takes to become a head chef, and then you can't even eat any of your own food because, what, it's too expensive? It's too rich? No, it's because you only eat biscuits.
Now be still my beating heart, the first of a double bill. Expect some strong language and to fall head over heels. It's BBC Three's Normal People.
Fancy a bit of new comedy on a Wednesday night? Of course you do. With some strong language, BBC Three grabs the mic on BBC One to see what the Midlands has to offer.
Look, you know how it is. Some people just don't rate their ex. I get it, but some do. A whole double bill, eating gets awkward. I don't know. Here's eating with my ex. How we doing? I feel like this is the after party of today's BBC Three launch. To be honest, don't get too chilled because with some strong language, it is about to get very, very, very awkward for some. Eating with my ex, we're back into it. Right, honestly, on a level, is it just me that when it gets to this time I make a bowl of cereal and watch TV? Listen, get your munch made because with strong language and some scenes of a sexual nature, here's Fleabag.
We join Clara and Miguel in the drop to harness the power of social media in 30 minutes, but first the second in our double bill of EastEnders.
Look, for real, if you can't communicate in relationships, then respectfully, you're done. Putting couples to the test with Love in the Flesh tonight at 10. Look at that rhyme. Speaking of rhyming, is toxic masculinity everywhere? Let's find out in some real bars. This is Toxic Ting, Laugh Lessons.